Today we start in the last part of our trip. We'll be hiking to Shadow Lake Lodge, where we'll spend 2 nights, and then we'll slowly start making our way back to Vancouver. So the plan for today is to hike via Redearth Creek, which is roughly the same way as the second trail, which is Arnica Twin Lakes Trail. Both are around 14 kilometers. The difference is that this one has less of an elevation gain, about 440 meters. The other one, I think, is close to twice that. And also this one is supposed to be mainly just an FSR, all the FSR going through the forest. And since we will have quite heavy backpacks, well, we opted to go via this route. The other one is supposed to be much more picturesque, but with heavy backpacks, we just don't feel like we want to do it. We're about halfway there, maybe a little bit more than halfway. There's a nice creek here, so it was a perfect place to stop for some Nutella sandwiches and fill up our water bottle. And also from now, there should be pretty much just a constant incline. It won't be huge, we have only about 150 vertical meters left. But either way, we thought that we'll refuel and then carry on all the way to the lake.
What's up, man?
It's alright. Getting there. It's good knowing that we only have probably about 3, maybe 4 kilometers left.
Yeah.
Actually, this part of the trail is not as bad as I thought it would be. I hope I won't regret saying that. But yeah, we are definitely getting closer. Exciting.
Yes.
Can't wait to be there.
Feeling better after the break, to be honest. I had a crisis and now I'm good, so taking a few minutes here and there helps for sure.
We can see the lodge. It's right over there.
Oh yeah.
Woo. So, according to all trails, it's about 15 kilometers, just shy of that. Took us 4 hours and 15 minutes exactly, and it was a bit over 500 meters of elevation gain. So the stats are a bit off comparing to what we were expecting, but gives you an idea of how the trail looks like. Let's now check in. Wait, how do we check in? Alright, so I'll give you a little tour of the cabin. It's definitely a bit of backcountry luxury. You have a table, chair, chest of drawers, another chair. There's heating, which is pretty amazing. We have 2, I think, double beds. You need to have bring your own sleeping mat and pillowcase or pillow. But the beds are really comfortable. They're actually power sockets, which is wild. And then at the back, you have this little walk-in closet in the backcountry. Insane. So you can hang your clothes, put your backpacks there. We dumped our hiking stuff here. There's a door, but it's locked. And here's another shot of the cabin. All cabins have heating and light, and of course there's also a separate cabin which is a kitchen and dining room. There's a separate games room, and also separate toilets for men and women. There is a shower, there are pit toilets, and a couple of sinks. it's time for a shower and dinner, right?
I think so.
Let's go then.
What are we drinking, Andy?
The choice is Pinot Grigio, Sauvignon or Chardonnay, as is usual in the backcountry.
Backcountry Chardonnay, please.
Backcountry Chardonnay, okay, well, let's see if there's one in the fridge. Good morning! It's day 2 at Shadow Lake, and today the weather is not great. It's very cloudy, there's a little bit of a drizzle, definitely cooler than yesterday. We're planning to actually have just a really chilled day. For the first time ever, I think, when we are in the mountains, we don't feel like we have to do a big hike or anything like that. The plan is just to have breakfast, then go to the lake, see how it looks like today in this moody weather. Maybe walk a little bit more, but not planning anything huge. What you making for breakfast?
Sausages, eggs, cheese, bread.
Because it's not raining so far, we decided to go to the lake again. We want to check it out, how it looks like in this weather. We'll follow a slightly different trail than yesterday and hopefully get to the waterfall. So that's about 5.5 kilometers one way. So it should take us a couple of hours, maybe a little bit longer. And hopefully we'll be back in time for lunch and before the rain. Yesterday we went that way and we got to the bridge and to the lake itself. Today we'll be following a slightly different path. We'll go that way. The path will go up. That's why we didn't go there yesterday, because it was sort of counterintuitive to go up. But then it's supposed to come back down to the lake, and there are a couple of waterfalls. The lake also is supposed to have really nice blue color. I'm not sure if it will be visible today because it's quite an overcast day, but we'll go and check it out. Wet as well, it's definitely a bit more damp today, but we are out on a trail, and the crazy thing is that the lake is still beautiful blue, light blue color. We're getting close to it. I'll show you it in a minute. So yeah, happy that we left the warmth of our cabin and decided to go for this hike. This lake is beautiful. Anna, how do you feel like?
Wet, like a wet cloth.
Yeah, I don't know if I can focus on it. Yep, I can. So our boots are completely soaked because the water is seeping through our socks, and yeah, we are a bit miserable now, I think. There is still at least another kilometer to the second waterfall. We don't know how much we will be able to see, so we may as well turn back. We had a beautiful view of the lake. We saw the smaller waterfall, or the creek at least. I think it's time to get back and warm up.
Oh my goodness. Yay.
excuse the mess in the background, but we are drying all our clothes after the hike. So we ate, we warmed up, and now we're just gonna chill. I think that's probably the best way to sum up our experience at Shadow Lake Lodge. It's just really relaxing.
Wine and dried fruit, my backcountry diet. Cheers. Good morning, we're supposed to hike back today and this is the weather we woke up to. And this is Andy. Good morning, cutie pie. Are you bringing gifts?
Hello. Oh my god.
How are you feeling about hiking in this?
Could be better.
Could be a little bit better.
I'm not completely in great shape. I just kind of thought, oh, I haven't been
We had a great time here, really relaxing. We did some hiking, but also spent a lot of time just chilling, listening to the sounds of nature, reading books, and having some really nice meals and wine in the backcountry. So a bit of a different experience than usual. And actually that's what I really liked about this trip, that we tried many different things, stayed in hostels, stayed in really basic cabins, stayed in much nicer cabins. Like every few days it was something different. So yeah, overall great trip. And now we are just heading back, then driving to Calgary to pick up my parents from the airport and spend a few more days in the Rockies, but in a slightly different, more touristy way. My today's fit: hiking boots, swimming shorts, Gore-Tex shell. Staying reasonably dry so far.